The man plummeted into the treasury along with a massive pile of jewels, but at the last moment he leapt onto a platform. Below him countless venomous scorpions waited. Luckily, Beck didn't fall. He carefully studied the eye of Horus ahead, but retrieving it meant passing through 3 deadly traps. Fortunately, Beck had a blueprint of the mechanisms. He lit a torch, casting his shadow onto the lenses embedded in the floor. That triggered the deadly traps, but as long as his shadow didn't fall on the mirrors, he wouldn't be harmed. By holding the torch high above his head to shrink his shadow, Beck successfully cleared the first challenge. The second challenge, however, triggered unexpectedly, and only his agility allowed him to get through safely. The blueprint didn't cover the final challenge, so Beck had to proceed cautiously. It turned out to be gravity sensitive. Summoning all his strength, he sprinted and jumped, finally seizing the eye of Horus. But with no way to retreat, Beck fell off the platform, surrounded by a swarm of scorpions. When Beck raised the eye, the scorpions suddenly recoiled in fear. Originally, he had stolen the eye to help Horus regain his divine power and overthrow the tyrant Set. But after his girlfriend Zaya died unexpectedly, Beck brought her body to Horus, hoping to exchange the eye for her resurrection. In the eyes of the gods, mortals had no right to negotiate. Beck tried to retrieve the eye by force, but Cruz, deprived of the eye, posed no real threat. Beck easily dodged his attacks. Reluctantly, Horus agreed to Beck's request, but when he looked, he sensed no trace of Zaya's soul. At that moment, Anubis, the god of the dead, appeared. He summoned Zaya's soul and led her to the underworld to face judgment. Desperate, Beck returned the eye to Horus, pleading for him to use his divine power to bring Zaya back from the underworld. Horus placed the eye back in his socket, restoring half of his divine power, but he told Beck that only the king could command the underworld to return a soul. Moreover, a soul takes 7 days to reach the peak of judgment before entering the doorway to the next life. If Beck could recover Horus's other eye within 7 days, restore his full power, and defeat the desert god, he could claim the throne of Egypt and in the name of the king, reclaim Zaya's soul. Determined, Beck set out to help Horus retrieve the other eye. Meanwhile, Set had stored one eye in the treasury, intending to lure Horus's followers, but unexpectedly, a mortal had stolen it. Set ordered the thief captured, unaware that the eye had already fallen into Horus's hands. The other eye remained with Set, and only by defeating him could it be recovered. Yet with his current strength, Horus could barely hold his ground against Set. Helpless, he had no choice but to seek help from his grandfather, the sun god.